Hey, fellow 50-plussers, this is John Boneck. I want to tell you some things that have been happening in my life that probably impact you as well. Some people have heard that I'm leaving Morningstar. The answer to that is absolutely not. I'm not leaving Morningstar. However, I am resigning my position as of October 1st. And let me explain how all of that came about, and I think you'll enjoy the story. Over the past several months, the Lord has been dealing with me in certain areas of my life as I've been praying, cleanse my temple, Lord. Help me to hold your presence. Well, I started thinking of things for John Boneck, and I decided to buy a new car. And I wanted to have the car, and just because I wanted to have a car as I go into my 80s and have another car. Well, in this whole car buying and selling scenario, it was a mess. And the Lord showed me why it was a mess. And it was a mess because I was trying to satisfy myself, not recognizing that what I was doing at Morningstar was no longer satisfying to me personally. Once the Lord showed me that, He also spoke to me about being released from Morningstar. Right after I had that word from Him, on a Sunday morning, one person texted me in the middle of the service and said, "John, I see you driving a car, and you're going to be taking it and going other places to other leaders and other things." After the service, we had had a prayer time for others at the altar, and another person came up to me and said, "John, I see you in a car, and it has 4 cylinders, and the spark plugs are worn out, and it needs to be fixed. And once it's fixed, you are going to go all kinds of places." Well, from that, I emailed Page May, Gary Webb's assistant, on Monday morning, saying, "I have to talk to Gary. Something's going on in my life." And so she set up a meeting for me on Tuesday afternoon. And that Tuesday morning, I went to another prayer time with Ron Phillips and our assistants at 50 Plus, Donna McCormick, who's the 50 Plus coordinator, and Kathy Childers and Patty, who work with Ron in what he's doing. And we had our morning prayer time. Well, Ron had asked Tim DeZombie to come into the meeting because Tom had had a powerful dream the night before and wanted Tim to help interpret the dream. Well, Ron's dream was, I saw this car and it was beautiful and people liked it and they all walked around it and really looked nice. But then I saw this part and the part looked good and people liked it and it was an amazing part and it was very nice. Then I saw the part being put into the car. And from that point on, the car was great and it went all over the place, blah, blah, blah. And I said, "Ron, that dream was about me and what has just happened to me." And it happened to be the third prophetic word that confirmed what the Lord had said to me, all three of them dealing with driving and cars. And then also Tim DeZombie gave me a prophetic word about an open door that I was walking through. And I knew this was God. Well, that afternoon, I met with Gary Webb. And when I met with Gary Webb, it was 1 hour after Chris Reed's word came out that he was resigning. So all this happened before Chris Reed resigned and before anything else hit with Morningstar. So I met with Gary Webb and I said, "I don't want to talk about this Chris Reed thing. I got to talk about John Boneck." And he recognized that the Lord was releasing me from my position as 50 plus pastor. And since then, I felt that it should be October 1st, sooner rather than later. I think the Lord was talking to me. So, so I resigned as of October 1st. What does that mean? Donna McCormick, who's a 50 plus coordinator who works under me, is continuing the functions. I will volunteer now and do certain things for 50 plus, probably keeping the men's breakfast going, and we'll do ladies, latte ladies, and other things depending on our time and what we can do. And we actually need more volunteers to actually help with some of the 50 plus activities. But I won't be on the staff, going on to staff meetings and having to be at church at certain times. So I am freed from doing that to really hear what the Lord has for Sandy and me. I know He's taking us to something new for our lives. That doesn't mean we're leaving Morning Star, but I know will give us more freedom to go places and do things. So I stand with you guys, and we stand together, especially during this time of upset at Morning Star. We fathers and mothers in the Lord are the ones who can stand in peace and love and wisdom. And Lord, let us all come together in your wisdom, seeing your kingdom come in Morning Star on earth as it is in heaven. So this is what the Lord is doing in our lives. God bless you guys, and I stand with you. We'll see you later.